beauty standards have become unhealthy. There has been a shift. There's been a whole perception drift of what is considered to be beautiful and what is considered to be normal. And in my work, I strive to have people feel so authentically comfortable within their own skin. So it's not about changing them at all. It's really just about maintaining that beautiful, unique structure of yours for as long as possible.
Welcome to the GenC podcast. I am one of your hosts, blessed to be in the presence of the best, JP Jackson. To my far right is Mr. Rizan Rez. Welcome, Rizan, to the Batcave.
It's really hi JP to the friends, the imaginary friends in the studio. Shout out Paul, shout out Lau. Lau, say hi to the people.
Yeah, it was good. We just now got a 5-star rating.
Yeah.
Those words.
Do you know I almost forgot? To the audio listeners. Those of you that are listening just on audio, what are you doing? Come watch us on YouTube. Come see we have radio on.
The ultimate plug.
just come see and then you can go back. That's all.
Yeah. Don't want to be brekerig, but brekerig.
Like this is what Sasa dreams of.
That's crazy.
This is what our for. I'm joking.
Didn't plant it.
Who do we have today, JP?
So today in the middle we have Dr. Hilla. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
How do we say your first name?
No, not the first, the whole name.
Yes.
That's because I was gonna say, but I was like, nah.
Did you try?
Are we gonna cut this one out? No.
Yeah,
No.
Well, essentially Hilla is really a short nickname for Hildegard Robenheimer.
Okay.
So it's a German name. And the German was actually my great-grandfather's father. And then I somehow ended up with the German first name as well, because my mom and my dad decided it must match.
Oh, wow.
So it's Hildegard Robenheimer, but I go by Hilla.
Okay.
Yeah.
It gave family name. Like it had to come from somewhere.
I was way off.
Okay.
I was so gone.
Do we have the honor of hearing the attempt?
Sure, bro.
So before we get into it,
Hildegard. Did it come out like that?
No, because specifically, I kicked you by the gezicht. And I thought, Hildegard, because it's nice and soft, it's nice and German. You know, because like if you've ever spoken to a German person, depending on which region they're from, it sounds either harsh or it actually sounds very like soft and cute.
It's actually Hildegard, yeah. Hildegard Robenheimer. It's a very old.
It's okay.
It's a very old high German name. And people, when they look at me, German people, when they look at me, they expect like an older woman.
Can I just say, at the same time, it was accurate because our colored people. Beatrice.
Exactly.
We get a Margaret, you know what I'm saying? So you just got the German equivalent.
Yeah. So we made it a Gart instead of a Gart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
No, because I was gonna say, Dr. Hilla's actually here today to speak to us about something that like ons is niks gewoond hier.
Yes.
Aesthetic medicine.
Yeah.
Like who even what even. But before we get into that,
Yeah.
like from the streets of Oudtshoorn.
Kaalvoetkind.
Die klein Karoo.
In die stofstrate rondgeloop in Oudtshoorn, yeah.
Tell me, wait, like, so that's Klein Karoo. I feel like, because we must have another Karoo, no? The Name Karoo.
Die Groot Karoo. Is bietjie meer noord.
Groot Karoo.
Ja.
Okay.
The Name Karoo.
Like the one
That sounds like it's not even in our country.
because it was on the way to Namakoland. I bet you switch it, bro. I switched it on you. Okay, got you. Listen, I can't lie, I'm learning.
Yes.
Plain Karoo, that's us.
Yes.
Groot Karoo, that's them. Sorry. Oh, this podcast is brought to you by Groot Karoo.
Yeah.
Where size is everything.
Now we need PG-8.
I'm sorry.
So take us back there. What was it like growing up at that time in Oudtshoorn?
Yeah. I mean, I was born in 1997. That is 1979. Excuse me.
I was just about to do the
Excuse me. 1979. 79. Yeah, in Oudtshoorn, and that was obviously still during the time of apartheid. So I was born into a small family. My mom and my dad, and I had an older brother, 6 years old, and I went to a coloured school there, Coleridge Primary. Went on to a coloured secondary school as well, Bridgeton Secondary. And then during the time that I was in high school, it was, that time where everybody was allowed to go to the Model A school.
Okay.
What is it, like the white school?
Model C.
Model C.
Okay.
I don't know, why do they call it C?
No, I liked it because I was learning.
I was learning, yeah. Anyway, that transition happened during high school for me. But I chose, my dad gave me the option, and I chose to just stay in my school because I wasn't going to leave my friends.
Vital.
And so it was pretty, I mean, it was all I knew, right? It was lekker. It was, I love Oudtshoorn. I still love going back there, and I have good memories, but also, it was hard growing up in I would say an under-resourced community or under-resourced school, but we somehow made it through, and here we are.
The people.
Yeah.
What? So compared to what it is now, what was Oudtshoorn like back then?
Sure. I have to say, I have better memories of the way that the state of the town was at the time. Very Afrikaans. Afrikaans is my eerste taal. I grew up Afrikaans is my home language, spoken Afrikaans at school, university as well. So if you hear my Afrikaans accent, it's very clear that I'm not used to speaking Kaaps.
Neither are we.
So but it's I would say it was better then. But maybe it was also just through the eyes of this little girl.
Yeah, life is just easier as a child, eh?
Yeah,
depends.
No, because if I think of where I live now.
Oh, the lens in which you see, yes,
like playing in the street versus now, you don't
exactly
smart
right.
outside.
You're playing Wimbledon time comes and you you put
make
the lines out and then the car stop for you and all of that.
We must have a low Bible greet, man.
Yeah. And you put the lines out with the sand, and they there for the whole month of Wimbledon. How long is Wimbledon?
Yeah.
And then do you also have that plastic bats that you got from game or something?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
The ones that you use at the beach.
If you know, you know. Oh my word, because that one, it was actually part of the paddle ball.
Yeah.
It comes on the ground.
The paddle ball.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, you must call that paddle.
Yeah.
Before this.
Yeah.
Co-opted. I'm joking, invite me.
So why medicine?
Yeah.
What made you decide to go to Stellenbosch and do that?
Sure. That's a hard one because I was young and I wasn't sure what do we know in high school? When we make those decisions, I don't know. I guess I was just kind of fascinated. If I had my subjects, it was biology and geography and maths and all of those kind of scientific things. But I felt more attracted to the biology side of things, and that's how I decided I'm going to go into the sciences of biology. And when I had to apply with my, what was it, standard 9 marks, right? Standard 9 marks, grade 11 marks.
Yeah.
And grade 11 marks, standard 9. Yes. and when my dad heard I was going to apply for medicine, he told me, my kind, ek dink jy moet 'n bietjie reconsider.
What?
Because like I applied for engineering and I applied for medicine, and then he said, I really think you must reconsider, because I don't know if you're going to be a good doctor. Because I was a little bit fierce, man. It was my perky, as a youngster growing up. I was very rebellious, and I had a big mouth, and I would just say whatever's on my mind. And
so he didn't think you had the bedside manner.
He didn't think I would have the bedside manner to become a good doctor. It wasn't like he was the wind under my wings when it came to academics and supporting me. And I excelled always in academics at school, from right throughout my school career until the very end. But yeah, he questioned that. He questioned that. But I guess it's also because I was not, it was a tough environment I was raised in, I was bullied also in school. I remember one girl, one day, I was, what is the voorligting teacher in English? What is it called?
Sure.
What do you call that? Like when you go to this teacher and she gives you advice on which career path.
The counselor.
The counselor, guidance counselor.
Yes, and I stepped out of class and there was no teacher in the class, right? And I stepped out of class. She called me to her office and she kept me there, and we were having a chat for, I think it was probably a good 45 minutes. And I came back to the class, and as I walked into the class, there was this bully girl. Standing with my diary at the age of 14, 15. Dear diary. Reading my diary.
And she read it?
Whoa.
Reading my diary to the whole class of 40 people.
Oh, no. And was it in Afrikaans?
It was in Afrikaans. It was in Afrikaans. But anyway, that I don't know. It is just you get bullied. You kind of learn to be a little bit resilient, a little bit feisty, and I pulled air also, and so my dad knew all of me, so I think that's probably just why he thought maybe you must reconsider.
But then you actually you went through with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't look back. I absolutely love medicine. I absolutely love medicine. Most of my career in medicine, I spent working in general medicine as a doctor, as a GP. I went back to Oudtshoorn to do my community service after I spent my internship here at Tygerberg. And that year was very gratifying. I mean, I went back and I spent a year there just serving my people. And
wow.
It's it was quite eye-opening as well, looking through, coming back in as an adult and then looking through a whole different lens at the struggles of my people. And so I spent that year there, and then went on to work in trauma and emergency medicine in Johannesburg for many, many years. And then there I worked myself into tired, exhausted, just needed a little bit of a break, and then I went to go travel after that.
Is that the point you joined the ships?
Yeah, that is. So in Johannesburg, I was working in private sector. So I was working in trauma units, which were very busy trauma units. So you see serious polytrauma. We call them P1 centers. You see gunshots, car accidents, serious multi-trauma injuries. And I did that for a good 4 years. And then I was so exhausted. I literally you just working 6 days a week, night shifts. work nights, sleep during the day, never get to see your family, not your friends. You really don't have any social life. I worked myself into a little bit of a depression there as well. So I needed a little bit of a break. And initially I thought, okay, I'll just go for maybe one contract, or I'll go for maybe a year.
It's like a ship doctor.
Yeah. And I just put my feelers out for other jobs, and I got accepted as a flight doctor for a company called International SOS, where I was actually going to be doing evacuations and stuff for people. On a plane, when people need to be evacuated from different countries to come back to South Africa. And then at the same time, I got accepted as a ship doctor for a big international company called Royal Caribbean International. So I had to kind of weigh up the two, and then I decided, well, ships sound more like fun, like the flight doctor is still going to be quite a stressful thing, and so I opted for ships, and that's when I left ships in 2009. I left 4 ships in 2009, and then I ended up staying a decade. Not from one contract, 1 year. I ended up staying a decade. It was a very expansive experience, if I can put it to you like that. I think I got the opportunity to travel, work, meet people from all over the world. Our crew alone is between 40 to 50 nationalities at one time on one ship, and then also just different cultures. You get accustomed to cultural diversity, and we get to accept one another for exactly how you are. And that's what I did for 10 years. I managed the medical facilities at sea. I managed teams from all over the world, nurses, doctors from all over the world. And but then I got to a point where I really, really missed home. I missed out on my family. I missed out on my niece's births and birthdays, and I just
Chloe,
missed home. Oh, Chloe! Oh my word! How do you?
I was waiting for JP. JP has arrived.
Yeah.
And that's oh my word! So well, eh? So that's why
I don't know Chloe personally.
Yeah,
I just know that you know Chloe.
Yeah, so that's when I decided, okay, it was time for me to make a little exit plan and start my planning towards coming back home, and then being home.
There's so many questions, right?
Yeah,
but you can go.
Yeah, so I have a question that's a bit sensitive, so you can evade it if you like, because there's this idea of being so far away from family, and I remembered obviously now in the research that you actually lost both your parents at a fairly young age. But having all of these experiences of traveling the world, managing different teams, I think I have a question with regard to, because your dad was the one who was like, "Ooh, maybe you shouldn't do that." What would your dad think of your exploits and your experiences? What did he say to you? What do you think?
I think my dad would be very proud today. Yeah. Everybody always tells me that. His friends tell me that. My family tell me that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he'd be pleasantly surprised.
I was waiting for that one. I was just thinking, imagine he's watching this interview.
Yeah. Let's just spend some time on the ships a little bit.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times when we speak about ships, some people go on as waiters or they go on as sort of performance. And we know that side comes with, from what I've learned, long hours. Block shifts, sleeping in certain spaces, eating in certain quarters, often not necessarily always the best type of conditions.
Correct, yeah.
What is the medical facilities like behind the scenes? Because we don't get to see that sort of world. How does the nursing happen? How do you make sure that if someone is actually in distress, how do you get them off the ship? So how does that work?
So, well, ships alone was a big adjustment for me. Like even just sleeping with my window open, I couldn't sleep with my window open.
Okay.
You know, it's a huge adjustment for me, a huge adjustment because of the hours that you're working. There's pretty strict rules also there. You're there to work, right?
Yeah.
So there's no weekends. There's So anyway. The medical facility itself is run by usually 2 doctors. Oh, by the way, these ships are big, so they carry I worked on ships that carry 6,000 to 8,000 people.
Wow.
So that means 1,200 to 2,000 crew on board. And our medical facility is only made out of 5 to 8 people. And we have to take care of 8,000 people on board. And we have to do that at sea. So the teams that they select are very specific. You have to have very specific qualifications in order to be able to manage any form of emergency that happens at sea. And then it's a little hospital. So usually 2 doctors and then the rest is nurses, and then there's a medical administrator. And then you have a shoreside team, which is a team that sits in the office there in Miami that has that's on call for in case things happen on board that we can't manage. So we see everything from the ship to the ship is generally there for anything. The ship doctor sees anything from the chronic back pain that the crew member has to managing his high blood pressure to a person having a fall and breaking all sorts of bones to, a heart attack and somebody even bleeding out, so you have to be ready for anything can happen. So as a doctor on board the ships, you have to be on call and switched on all the time. And as my position was, I was the senior doctor on board for the majority of my career on board. So my phone was never off. I was always on call. My radio always had to I had to sleep with my radio on the background. And then, as soon as let me just tell you, when I came back to South Africa, and they have this the PA announcement on the in the mall or whatever, or at the airport, ping bong, that sound that is it got me. Okay.
Oh.
Attention, you need to be ready to go. Because if there's a medical emergency that happens on board, it goes ding dong. Alpha, alpha, deck 2, forward, whatever zone. So then there's a medical response team, and it's usually us. And usually we're there within 2 or 3 minutes.
Wow.
So I've saved a lot. Me and my teams, I've saved a lot of lives at sea.
Yeah. So you went from code blue colors to dun dun. I eventually got that out of my head, but it used to be so ingrained in me. Just whenever I hear that sound, it would bring back memories. So where did you then get on the boat? Because you were based in Roodepoort at this stage, right?
Yeah, so I was based in Roodepoort. I was doing trauma shifts at Life Flora, Life Wilgevel, Life in Fourways, what else? Olivedale Clinic, quite a few private trauma units. But like I said, I was so tired. I was living this cyclical, just week to week trauma. It's very high stress, very satisfying.
So would you fly to Spain, or where would you go?
No. So then I got accepted into the Royal Caribbean medical team, and then we would be based out of whichever ship you get placed on. You get based in that area. So the first couple of years I was based in the Caribbean. Okay. So we would sail out of Port Canaveral, which is just south of the Kennedy Space Center. And then also I would be sailing out of Miami a lot of the times. But throughout the years, I've pretty much had ports of call all over the world.
Random question.
Random
question. What are those seas like?
Lekker.
Okay.
Calm. calm, like nice, unless it's hurricane season, you know.
Okay.
But you won't feel like you're on a ship. It's like you're on a floating hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very,
Okay, that's very nice.
yeah.
Because I'm like, I know our African roots are torrid.
No, you won't feel you don't get seasick. You don't feel like you'll feel fine.
In the comments, the views expressed are Dr. Hillis and Dr. Hillis alone. You feel what you need to feel. Anybody.
You know, if you sail here, it's different,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The coast of Africa is very, very different. Yeah, the waters are very different. So this is why most people don't, or the bigger cruise ships don't sail here. You see them coming around and they move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. Most of us only know this.
Yeah.
Because my mom did the Durban to Cape Town.
Yeah. And it's
no, I lied. Namibia to Durban. No, and that was
Don't they go to the Portuguese island from Durban?
Yeah.
Oh, in
like
the
they
Cape
can.
Town.
They can.
Okay.
They
Because
can.
we went to Namibia back in the day, and that was not a speed bump, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
You must be very tactical when you're on that.
Yeah.
It's not a
But it's-
cruise ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember playing table tennis in the port as well.
You can't control
It's like
try playing pool.
Do you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about like if we ever made like a Grey's Anatomy, but on the ship specifically, how quiet would it be if you were like the professional, the medical expert, but also like the technical expert at the same time? Because I'm like, that's a completely, not completely, but it's a different
It's
logistics and the routine and everything.
can be very it is it can be quite challenging, especially if you're out at sea and you're not close to port, so where you can't deviate the ship to go and get ground transportation for somebody to get off the ship. I think the most challenging case, if I can mention one case, was doing a transatlantic cruise, like from Miami, and we are at sea for 2 weeks. So once you sail a little bit north, you pass Bermuda, the Bermuda Triangle, you pass Bermuda, then you're out in no man's land, right? For the next 10 days, you're out in no man's land. So no helicopter can reach you, no boats can reach you. And then your next stop is 10 days later in Malaga, Spain. So it's a 2-week transition all the way down up to Europe.
Wow.
And the day after we passed Bermuda, there was a lady, there was a ding dong.
Yep.
Anyway, long story short, lady was very, very sick, had lost a lot of blood, and basically on the brink of death. And we resuscitated her and we saved her life. And I was able to see her off 10 days later in Malaga, Spain. So, and that was because we have protocols like, So in a case like that, somebody had lost blood, right? What you would do here in the emergency room is you would get emergency blood and you would call the blood bank where you have your stock of O positive or O negative blood and you transfuse them, right? So with this lady, we had to act like we were we basically had protocols in place that was written for trauma, for in case something like this should happen, you act almost like you're in a war zone. Like almost like you're in a war zone where if there's nothing available, you take from the donor and you give it to the person. So, and then of course we do, we make sure that we're using the correct testing and ABO testing and make sure that, we have rapid tests and things available. So we took blood from donors. We make an announcement. We ask for donors. People line up, it's 8,000 people. So captain makes an announcement. They line up to say, I'm a donor. Here's my card, to help save a life. So that was one of the most satisfying moments in my career at sea. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm actually quite curious about like the facilities that you have on sea. Is it like a small hospital type of thing? Like what? Like to what degree?
Yeah. So there's usually around 6 to 8 beds. There's a fully equipped ICU.
Okay.
Wow.
The ICU I think is better equipped than a lot of hospitals
International
here
money.
in our country. Unfortunately, we have X-ray, we have a lab, full on lab. Not there's certain things we can't do, but the most necessary things. And then we're able to sleep around 6 to 8 people.
Okay.
Yeah, to overnight. Yeah.
So I mean, don't take the silence. The silence is just taking in what you're saying. I think for a lot of the career until this point is like rapid. You're in trauma, you're in making decisions quickly.
Yeah.
And then it all flips on its head to aesthetics. How did that switch happen? What made you think that this is the side of medicine I actually want to pursue?
Yeah, so before I worked on ships, I had this dream of becoming a plastic surgeon.
Okay.
Yeah. And this dream was born from the fact that I believe that I have a very strong right brain. I'm very creative, and I am more like visually.
Okay.
If you do my IQ tests and my stuff, they'll always tell you spatial recognition, visual, performing very well in that aspect. And I knew this already from a young age because I used to sketch, draw. I was very attracted to that. It's also my way of releasing stress and, having my silent time.
Yeah.
So,
and your oil paintings,
my dad,
right?
Yeah, my dad was also, I think he got me into it. Or maybe it's just a genetic thing. So I somehow because I knew that, and I knew while I was studying and while I was working in emergencies, I knew that I was very good with my hands and very intricate things. And this is why I initially wanted to go study surgery. And I chose plastic surgery specifically because with plastic surgery, you have to have a certain type of artistic acumen, I believe. Yeah, you can learn the skills, but you have to kind of see sort of like ahead of.
I like this Venn diagram that's being created.
Yeah.
The Venn.
Doctor meets artist.
Sorry. So it's exactly that. So like I have this doctor side of me, and I also have this creator or visual person that I wanted to somehow bring into my career. So I had to create something for that didn't, like in my mind, it didn't really. It couldn't be any other way to satisfy both sides of myself. And then when I went on cruise ships, I never ended up specializing because it got too liquor and way too nice and, traveling the world and all of that. But I had to find an alternative. So for when I came home, I didn't really want to have that high-paced life anymore.
Yeah.
And it was during that time while I was on ships that I actually then decided, okay, well, I'm going to delve into this. I'm going to read. I'm going to start reading. I'm going to start studying. And I actually did my diploma while I was on board in aesthetic medicine, kind of getting, myself a little exit strategy planned for when I do exit. I have a plan. I've studied, got my diploma, and then I can just immerse myself into aesthetic medicine, which is, I think, a great alternative to plastics that you don't cut, but you still work with meticulous detail and you work with people's faces. And so my hobby also is that I like to oil paint. I paint in oils, and I paint mostly portraiture from small faces. They teach you draw an egg and then you put the line there for the
some
eyes and
learn,
the nose.
Some of us don't.
And so so I've always just been intrigued with faces, human expression, and this is why I decided aesthetic medicine, because I get to do that every single day in my career. So, yeah, I know it's a long-winded question, but
we love it.
essentially
and that was actually kind of neat.
Yeah,
it's not very often that like someone's journey is kind of like not on the same path, but it's in the same direction at least.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of us are like, nah, we just fell there.
Yeah.
That was where we went. So I actually have 2 questions because let's design 2 things.
2 things that is.
So the one is actually for all of us.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was kind of inspired by your story and what you just shared there, and that intersection as a doctor who is passionate about art So my question is, are you more science or are you more art? And what is sort of like the lead? And that's for all of us, for JP, for Lau.
Yo.
Are you more science or are you more art? What do you think? Do you think it's a clean 50-50 split?
For me, I think it's a clean 50-50 split.
Wow.
But at the moment, I'm living more in my scientist.
Okay. Okay.
At the moment, I'm living more in my scientist, and I strive and I yearn to be more in my artist.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, I because I know that I'm like, I need to somehow restructure my life so that I can free up more time. Because the kind of like to be in that artistic flow, to be in that artist, because I work, work, you get stuck in work, work 8 hours a day. And then when do I pick up my paintbrush after hours? And,
when do you come talk to these colored gentlemen?
Or like once a week on a weekend, you know what I mean? Like once a week that's my life at the moment. And so I really dream of having the ability to free up more time for myself so that I can live in that expressive way. Yeah.
I used to think I was like 90 statistics, 10 artistry.
Okay.
But the more I like sit with you guys and the more that I like see myself, I think I'm more like a 70-30.
Okay.
Because I very much live in the world of statistics.
Yeah.
But I also understand and recognize that I do have an artistic flair.
Let's go
I
ahead.
So yes.
Clock it.
So in my mind, I would think I'm 90-10.
Quality. I like it. Solo Sabi.
Oh,
Love it.
I'm probably like 60-40 more to the science.
Yeah, because we studied together.
Yeah.
You went up to his masters. I quit my masters. We don't talk about it.
Yeah.
It's the thing that happened.
Yeah. But even like when I'm doing what I'm doing, I like the technical side of things a lot more. My Paul's more the creative,
imaginary
genius.
Paul.
Yeah. But I do like exploring that side of me as well, because there is a little bit of it.
Yeah, I fully not expected, but I was like, what percentage are we in that? And I love science. And I'm also very, very creative. And I really ask myself, like, what is my split? Because even when I write poetry, I find that I'm very interested in like the mechanics of the poem, like the technical aspects of the poem. What am I feeling? What am I sensing? But at the same time, like other aspects of my life, I think very like creatively, very passionately, very with heart. When
I love that.
Yeah, so like when I did an assessment with my therapist, my major decision-making center is my heart. Second place, my gut. And then finally, which is a shock to me, because I thought I'm a whole scientist. I teach physical science, all these different stuff. But even when I teach physical science, I'm having fun with it. I'm going boss. Yeah. So I do think like, gun to my head, it's 60 art, 40 science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if we just able to, if money wasn't an issue, if money was not if money was not on the table, like what would you do? Like where would you, like, would it be 60-40 still?
So that's a different question. because in an alternative life, like I'm that Da Vinci type where he's known for his artistry, but he's an engineer. He's a scientist. And so I would probably still want to do both. Because I also think like nature itself has so much like amazing artistry, but also so much amazing mechanics that it's almost like it's that divergence. It's like you can't have one without the other. So yeah.
But do you mind if I ask, do you feel like, and try and take this in the best way possible.
Go for it.
Do you feel like sometimes your level of intelligence is what's limiting you as a person? So hear me out.
Limiting you.
Hear me out.
You need to
hear me out.
Explain.
So when we are gifted, certain academically especially, you almost get told or get navigated into careers that are certain,
Okay.
certain structures and stuff like that. But you as a person might be very artistic and you express yourselves in a lot of other ways. But because you're so good at this thing, you run with it.
Oh, 100%.
So you run with it.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden you see yourself as this academic, this person that you've like crafted because you're so good at it.
Exhibit A.
And now all of a sudden that other side of who you are as a person just gets toned down.
Suppressed,
actually a
and
W
goes
question.
to die in a little corner.
So after I've now explained
W question.
do you feel like you've caught, and that's for everybody in this room, you've caught yourself in that sort of space where you've let it run ahead of you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I feel like I'm at that turning point where I feel like this year for me, yes, I love my job, and yes, I want to grow, and yes, I want to, scale, and yes, but I need to restructure in such a way where, because I feel this is missing out of my life. I feel it's missing, and I strive towards integrating that more into how I live now daily.
So what role
because
did
you can find like if you have that, like if you have both of that, you kind of like know when it's missing, right?
Yes.
I don't know how you guys feel, but you know when it's missing, and you know when you like.
Because then you feel heavy tired.
Yeah.
Like you're tired, but you feel like something is missing.
But for me, what it brings for me is like that time that you sit there. I don't know what you guys, how you. Wow, what you sit with when you sit with your art is like your silent your meditation in motion, if you can put it like that.
I'll confess something. I rescued myself through my art.
Yeah, me too.
So I was living mostly on ego.
Yeah,
pushing myself to just achieve.
Yeah,
and I rescued myself through art. I went to go fetch that boy.
Yeah,
and help him become a man.
100%. Me too. I can relate. That lands.
So let's get back to this thing.
Wait. Sorry.
Oh, two things rose.
Yes.
2 things rose.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you. Firstly, W question.
Oh, thank you.
Excellent.
That's a good thing.
And this is kind of like in that vein, because you're the journey that you are now, right? Do you think that the work that you do, or maybe that the drive for your work, do you find it more aligned with medicine, health, or healing? What, like the work that you do, what do you feel, or maybe what resonates with you more? Medicine, health, or healing? Because I think those are 3 different things.
For me, well, it's obviously a little bit of every aspect of that, but for me, it's about overall well-being.
Well-being, okay.
Yeah. Well-being, and whether we like it or not, but the way that you look and see yourself in the mirror plays a big part on how you perform in the world, how you show up in your relationships, in your family, in your workplace, on screen, I mean, whether we like it or not. And a lot of us just say, but it's vain, it's vanity, but we know it to be true, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So aesthetic medicine for me, my ethos in my work is really, we've got enough, we're bombarded with enough of, like social media and celebrity beauty standards and all this in my mind, which is quite unhealthy. Beauty standards have become unhealthy. There has been a shift. There's been a whole perception drift of what is considered to be beautiful and what is considered to be normal. And in my work, I strive to have people feel so authentically comfortable within their own skin. So it's not about changing them at all. It's really just about maintaining that beautiful, unique structure of yours for as long as possible, right? And we're also not going to be, it's not about creating clones, following trends. It's really about taking care of the longevity and the health of your individual beauty. So it's in an industry that's very driven by, trends and dramatic transformations and all of those kind of things. For me, it's very important to stay grounded in that is what I'm here to practice. So it is all about well-being.
Yeah.
Because I do think that your beauty plays a big role in how good you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that
in my brain,
yeah,
the health and well-being went together. So you answered the question for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you...
No, because my comment was going to be, that's not necessarily the perception of your clients necessarily.
Okay.
Because if that's what you stand for, you want, that is what you want to achieve. But someone might walk into your office and say, but this is what I see. I want to look like that.
Most of my clients, luckily, are not the clients that is coming to me with a filter, right? And say, because I think they kind of get that I'm not that kind of doctor, you kind of like, I'm not going to do that for you. I'm not the one that's going to say you need lips and cheeks and a nose and a chin, and you have to fit in this particular form of a mold that, I'm not creating clones here. I'm really it starts all with respect, right? And it starts with, and as a practitioner, you have to, if you work in this field, practice restraint and have boundaries. So I guess I don't attract those kind of patients that are going to tell me this is what I want to look like, because that's not you. Or the filter, maybe, because of course we know, no, that's a conversation for a whole nother day, but okay, I can talk forever. But my patients, most of the patients that come to me are the ones that are striving for a more natural aesthetic.
Okay.
My saying is the best injectable should be undetectable.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's so
best injectable should be
undetectable. 2026 coming through the bang.
Pew, 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 pew.
Can we just already? Hey? Can we just already?
But I think that's so important because we need to start recognizing our own beauty.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the fact that your practice is, me too. The fact that your practice is highlighting that, for me, puts it in a space where it's looking after you. Not necessarily, I want you to look like I said, these sort
or
of
striving
photos.
towards some sort of a, unnatural beauty standard. It's also recalibrating that for patients. Because a lot of the standards that we see, we are bombarded on social media, right? And we know that what we see is skewed on social media, or maybe some people don't know, but a lot of it is just skewed. It's heavily filtered. It's heavily posed. It's AI generated, and I think it's just important to come back to reality and have that conversation with my patients. I have that conversation a lot. So that's essentially what I stand for.
I have two questions again. Sorry, I just resigned two things at once. That's me.
At this point, it's a semicolon.
He's consistent.
I try and be consistent. So the one thing I want to ask is because my girlfriend knows this about me. I try not to get involved in the matters of beauty when it comes to women.
Yeah.
Like, just don't comment, because we don't know what women go through, all the different stuff. We don't know who said what when they, and it's different for guys. So I specifically want to ask, what type of services, what type of patients come in terms of males? Yeah.
Males have a different set of concerns, right?
I imagine.
But in my practice, I would say it's a fair split, maybe I would say 75-15% males. But males have males love skin. They love skincare. They love I mean, they don't have.
Those like facials and stuff like that.
Yeah, and also, you know, it's usually the woman that brings her husband along.
Yeah.
You know?
My girlfriend tells me I must put on sunblock.
Yes, it's usually the woman that brings her husband along and then says, he needs just a little something like, Doc, can you just like take that frown away or whatever? You know, people think he's angry all the time. Or, you know, like that's usually how it happens. And then once the man comes and sees that, oh, it's actually not that bad, they tend to return but they don't want, men are usually a little bit afraid of looking strange, right? I think a lot of people are looking, well, the three biggest fears in my industry is, first, it's pain. Okay. They might be uncomfortable. Secondly is the cost of treatments. And the third one is looking odd, looking weird, looking strange, looking botched, right? So with men, we take a super conservative approach. And and also the male structure is a little bit different than a female's. It's very easy if you don't have artistic acumen. If you don't have artistic acumen, it's very easy to feminize a male.
Wow.
Through what we do. It's very easy. So you have to be able to treat both.
I'm so glad I asked that question.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I asked that question.
Shout out to Fatima for the assistance.
Shout out to Fatima, indeed. Yeah.
And number 2, Mr. Rose?
Yes. So there's obviously a cross section between what you do in terms of aesthetic medicine, and a lot of people in what they struggle with is actually their weight sometimes. How do I phrase this? What are the things that people would come to you for that is different from people who are looking to maybe improve their physical appearance and more? Yeah.
My practice is mainly focused on facial aesthetics.
Got you.
And body aesthetics as well. So a little bit of body contouring, etc. And then I have a huge part which is just skincare, like skin health, somatology. Okay. And because I am a very like a skin forward kind of practitioner, I believe skin starts everywhere. It starts with skin.
That's the biggest organ.
Yes, it's everything. You before you even go on to injectables, when you're already in your 30s, you know, you start with that skin. You want a proper envelope. You want like nice, a nice thick, healthy skin that can age well before you even get to the underlying structures. Because underlying structures we treat with injectables, and that takes time to age, right? So that comes later. So skincare is the biggest part of my practice. Of course, facial aesthetics, body aesthetics. But when I do have patients coming to me that's slightly overweight, I do medical weight loss consultations with them. If I do identify that somebody is perhaps have comorbidities with weight problems, that is not the kind of patient that I will manage fully. But I have a network of colleagues who I refer to, which is their expertise and their focus and their passions.
The reason I asked that question, sorry to interrupt you. The reason I asked that question is because I've seen the like cellulite reduction and the double chin reduction. Is that type of stuff that you do?
That's something that I can treat in my clinic. Yeah.
So on that. This is the trend around GLP-1 medication to suppress the hunger. Yes, Rizan, I don't know what GLP-1 stands for. But things like Ozempic and Mounjaro, these types of treatments or what people are using to suppress the hunger. Is that the sort of things that the practice that your associates would handle or your practice?
Yeah. So GLP-1s, my opinion is that these are wonderful drugs. Okay. In the right hands. Overseen by a medical practitioner. There are huge benefits to using it. in the patient that is obese. So if I have a patient that would be in the category of, you that would be considered obese, that is definitely somebody that I would refer, because that takes a long-term management plan.
Yeah.
But now we have the problem that obviously these GLP-1s are being seen as a quick fix.
Yeah.
And they are being overused, and they are used in such an unhealthy way. And also you get the ones that are sold illegally. It's like black market drugs, right? And you don't know what's in them. So in South Africa, we have 4, and I'll name them by name. We have 4 approved GLP-1 agonists. The first one is Ozempic. The second one is Wegovy. Ozempic is only indicated for patients that are that have diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is Wegovy. You can use Wegovy in a patient that is struggling with a little bit of overweight. Okay. And then the third one is Mounjaro, also for the overweight patient. And then there's another one called Saxenda, which is also approved for weight loss. I think it has huge benefits for the patients that actually really use it. It's really a revolutionary drug. But it needs to be used correctly and overseen by a practitioner that can really monitor you, monitor your weight, monitor your lifestyle also. I think during a period when you're on the GLP-1s, you need to use that time to not starve yourself, okay? Not starve yourself so that, and there's many medical reasons for that. But use it as an opportunity for you to change your lifestyle, make lifestyle changes. Because at some point you need to stop, right? Some patients also might even need to stay on it for a much longer period of time. But what I am seeing and what we are seeing in since the GLP-1s have taken the world by storm, is that patients are losing weight way too rapidly. They don't eat. They become undernourished. They lose their muscle mass. If you lose your muscle mass, which is your longevity organ, right? Your muscle mass is your longevity organ, and the more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism, the larger your basal metabolic rate, and the quicker you burn fat. Isn't that true? We all know that, right? That's why we all want muscular tone and age healthy.
Yeah.
But when we overuse these drugs and you don't eat enough, you're not fueling yourself, you're losing your muscle instead of your fat. You are also losing fat, but that composition shifts.
Yeah.
And you end up, if at the end of that journey, when you end up with less muscle mass, you're going to end up having a lower slower metabolism, and you're going to gain that weight right back. So that is why it's important to have it overseen by somebody that can guide you.
Yeah.
And be careful for these illegal ones that you buy over the counter or buy from somebody from their backyard or the kitchen.
Sure.
We don't know. I mean, what's in there? SAHPRA, which is the South African Health Regulatory Body of South Africa, have tested some of these drugs, and I've been told that there's some really weird stuff in there. Like you can even find thyroid hormone in there or insulin in there. Quick, so you don't know what's in there, and just be careful, because these drugs have been researched for a reason.
Yeah.
So.
I have so much to say on this, because myself and Lau are both life scientists. We both studied medical bioscience, went up postgrad. And so
not the science of life.
Now we are. Now we are. We pivoted.
And I've stayed away from the topic, even though, like you said, like it actually is wonderful drugs, because in my experience as a medical scientist, the information is strong for us. But for the general public, you do have to explain it like they're 5. And it's not like I'm not trying to be ugly, but it's genuinely like, for example, of those 4 that you mentioned, the one Ozempic is for like type 2 diabetes. And just to sort of expand, because I wanted JP to do this, but yeah. So it's glucagon-like peptide, right? So glucagon is like an occurring hormone in your body that helps control blood sugar, right? So that works with insulin. They work together. They're friends, and they manage your blood sugar levels and stuff like that. But yeah, so people just focus on the outcome and not the process. And so a big thing is still that you must have a good lifestyle.
Yeah,
eat well, exercise, watch the podcast,
And sleep.
and sleep.
Yeah.
All of those things are important.
Not to move along again. Now let's talk to Dr. Hilla, the business owner. Wow. You started your own practice now.
Well, so 2018, I came back home after I had now retired from my cruise ship career, and I had finished my diploma and everything. And so I took a little bit of a break at the end of 2018, and I traveled. And then during that time, I then kind of made my plan on how I'm going to start my new year. You know, like 2019 was a big year for me. So 2019, I just basically came back home and I threw myself into training. So every workshop there would be, aesthetic medicine is not something you can go and specialize in the state, or, you know, it's all private study. It's all, you have to invest a lot of money, a lot of time. So I did that in the beginning of 2019, threw myself into it. So, but I am not like, I'm the sole owner of my practice. I have a team of somatologists which I employ, and they are skincare therapists. And then I have a practice manager. And then at the end of last year, I decided to rebrand my clinic to align more with who I am. And it's called, it's now known as Dr. Hilla Aesthetics Artistry Aligned. And
Love it.
Well, business is not something that they teach in medical school, right?
Oh, no.
So
Yeah.
So it was, I had to learn. You know, like you learn every little day. You take little nuggets here and there, and you learn as you go. So taking the first step was huge for me. Just at the end, it was actually that year. It was my 40th gift to myself.
Wow.
It was, I turned 40 in that year that I opened, which was 2019. And in September, my 40th birthday, I opened my practice. So that was my gift, my big gift to myself for my 40th. I didn't have a party. And what I think was the most challenging part for me of this journey as a business owner or a practice owner, a clinic owner, was COVID-19. Because 6 months after
that's
COVID.
Trial by fire. I'm just realizing now, that's baptism by fire. Oh my word. Sorry, continue.
100%. Yeah. 100%. So 6 months after my practice opened, when I opened my doors, and I had zero patient base, right?
Sure.
The world went into a hard lockdown. And my art saved me.
Okay.
Yeah. Because everything felt like it was going up in flames. All that investment, all that time, all that money I spent in like getting all of this together and, you know, running with it. And it just, everything came to a halt. But luckily, I mean, looking back now, I think, you know, it was just being consistent and making the right decisions every day and showing up every day. And 2020 actually ended up being a year of phenomenal growth for my practice. And it's just grown from strength to strength since then, really. So during that hard lockdown, I can say, you know, like I'm the kind of person that when I get anxious and very, like, you know, I don't know what to, like panicky.
Yeah.
I need to find something to do. I can't sit with that the whole time. So I decided, being the Virgo that I am, I'm gonna paint, like, they told us initially we were gonna be in a hard lockdown for like what, 21 days.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm gonna do 21 paintings in 21 days.
Wow.
I mean.
So that's why I said it saved me during that time, because it really helped me to settle down and time to think and not spiral.
Yeah.
And so I did that 21 little paintings that I made during that time, and then obviously carried on from there. Yeah.
I used to stay in an apartment block that had 20 floors. So every day I would walk
Up and down.
Up and down.
Yeah. You got your steps in there.
Yeah. I sit by the laptop too much. Lau, you had something?
Yeah, I was curious, and maybe some of the audience members might also be curious. When it comes to aesthetic medicine and like maybe some of the procedures or stuff that you would handle, does medical aid cover those types of things? Because I know there's like a thing of, if it's like cosmetic, some might not want to cover that or not. Is there like like what is the cutoff, like that some medical aids might refuse, or you know?
Unfortunately, medical aids do not cover for any form of cosmetic procedure. It doesn't, even plastic surgery. So unfortunately, it's not something that they, medical aids.
Yeah. We know
something.
medical aids.
So if someone would have to come and see you, it would most likely be that it would come out of like
Out of
private
pocket.
out of pocket. Okay. Yeah, I think that's just important that we know.
It's also less from an admin side, but that's another story. But I think just on that topic about the business owner mindset, I do think that there's also a lot of doctors currently in the space that want to like be part of like management and that sort of thing. But there's actually like no, at least at what I see, no like avenue to do that. Like you can't now be the assistant manager of the person there. You either need to get that head job or not at all.
Yeah.
Whereas I think like there's definitely a gap there in terms of like just the education, because you can't just become all of a sudden be the guy, right? Like you need to learn these things.
100%. They don't even touch on that in medical school.
And the other side is bad, because actual core operations specialists or business leads have no cooking clue
exactly
about
what's happening on the floor,
minutia of what you do. And so they are supposed to take over and be your business managers, your project managers and stuff like that. Like there needs to be, like you said,
because I think that's really like, I mean, if we look at like the Canadian example where we say each executive or each minister, like a minister is a doctor sort of thing, like they have the skill set, so they know what's happening on the ground.
Okay.
And they can make decisions at a high level.
Yeah.
But you don't just become that overnight, right? You need sort of the breathing room to develop, make mistakes, get that sort of grooming, the wrong word, but there's sort of training to get to that point where you can make that sort of informed decisions. Because I think that's really where we get to the point where we have people that understand what's happening, but also making decisions at what's best for the masses. Whereas, like you said, like a business person will look at, oh no, this thing is costing me too much. I'm just going to not do that, when it has a chain effect on all the other things if you understand the process.
I have stuff to say now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, no. Because I was thinking, like, is there a way, because we have, especially when you do short courses, when you get that like alternative qualification or like a diploma or high certificate on something, can't there just be another model for like business empowerment?
Surely, right?
Like why did nobody think of this? Because now I need to ask AI, ChatGPT, make a business plan for us. Do you do that? That's okay. You can say if you do.
I definitely did. Yeah, and I'm also in business.
Chat wasn't available in 2019 yet. It wasn't available. Yeah. So kind of have to build, like I had to build systems on my own as I learned.
Are we ready for the game from the bowl? Or do you have any more?
Yeah, there's too much, but we're going to be here forever. Sure, go ahead, Risa.
Okay, so on this podcast, for the first time this season, the game from the bowl, a series of hypothetical questions and a game we like to call Say My Now. So JP's actually going to read the first one.
Say my now.
JP, you're going to read the first
It's
one.
like a
I realized
hypothetical.
I like
Can you
hearing your voice.
explain? Can you
Yeah.
explain what Say My Now is?
Yeah.
Teresa?
So, wait, sorry, what am I doing?
Explain what Say My Now is.
So, like, have you ever heard a colored person say my now and that's had to happen?
Oh, say my now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And then
hypothetically speaking.
Say, oh.
Oh, I said it funny. Sorry, I
Yeah.
said it funny. Sorry, my bad.
It
My
was the
bad.
break.
It was
Sorry,
it was the
my bad.
intro
My
or
fault.
something.
My fault.
Yeah.
It's new season.
He's also fasting, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, shame.
I mean, the man's dunyas. Say my now. If you could pause aging, but only for your face or only for your body, which one do you freeze?
Why did you
Oh
say
my
that?
goodness me.
If
Why did you say
could
it like
pause
that?
aging, but only for your face or only for your body,
This is a violent
which
would you
one
rather.
do you freeze?
This is a would you rather. It's a violent
Oh, this
one.
is an easy one, man.
Oh.
So easy.
Face.
No, my body. My body. My
Mm.
body. I want to
Yeah.
like, hey, not my aesthetic of my body.
Function.
My body.
Yes.
Function.
Yeah.
My the longevity
Yeah,
of my
yeah,
body,
yeah.
the health of my body.
Yeah.
It's the best. Like it's like health is everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
Especially your brain health.
Mm.
Brain health, physical health. It's absolutely everything for me.
I suppose it depends on what I end up doing going forward.
What do you mean?
So like say my now. For
Say
the
my
spirit
now.
of the
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Say I continue to teach or I continue to do like this type of content creation where I'm front facing. I do want to go out like Pharrell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I would want to do that. Like
Yeah.
you can like
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
You must ask me, oh you a vampire. I would want to go like Keanu Reeves. Yeah,
yeah.
I think I'd because right now it's obviously body.
Yeah.
Especially in the Ramadan, I'm feeling it.
Mm.
I'm feeling it. When I go to mosque in the evening, salam for your body.
Yeah.
You, JP?
I was actually going to say the same thing. Mostly because of the functionality part.
Yeah.
I think that's because that's really where we feel it the most.
Mm.
Like if I look at myself now, I have aged,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like comfortable with that fact that I'm older.
That's beautiful. I love
Whereas with like the fact that I can't do a triple sidestep like a Chase and Colby would also hurt.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hard part.
Like to alter the question a little bit, like sorry.
Yeah.
Editorializing. If you could stop the decline of your mind or your body, which one would you choose?
Yo.
Mind.
That one, because
That stuff.
that. Ooh, okay. Talk to me nice.
For me, it would be the mind if you have to stop this.
Absolutely.
For me, it's
Okay.
the mind. Because I think a lot of the hardest part of the aging is the fact that you don't remember
Yeah.
those things.
Absolutely. I mean,
And I think for me, if the mind could stay your flashbacks
Yeah.
for days.
flashbacks for days.
And
I
you,
just-
Zan?
Yeah, so literally, because that's kind of how I view the previous question.
Yeah.
That like, because I don't necessarily need to be doing quote unquote heavy lifting. I would want to have like the front facing qualities. So yeah, definitely the mind. Thank you.
Yeah, no, definitely for me also the mind, because one of my biggest fears is Alzheimer's.
Ooh, so we're gonna go for walks now. Take our
That's
steps.
actually like really one of my biggest fears is like it's to have dementia and
Parkinson's
lose
and
myself, like in this body, lose who I am, lose my essence. I can't even remember who
That's
I
a scary
am.
thought.
Like that is so brain health for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up there.
On that note, yeah.
Yeah, so my wife's grandmother currently has
Yeah.
Alzheimer's, and it's tough
Mhm.
because you end up sort of repeating same things. But I think the hardest part is when they don't start recognizing you.
Oof,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you lose that person right in front of you, right?
Yep.
And you like they're right there, but they're not
they're
there.
not there.
It's not that person anymore.
Mm.
So yeah, that's
Yeah, which is it's quite sad.
So the brain first. always.
Okay.
Yeah. This is why why the semicolon is also there. Yeah.
Okay. We know what that means.
Yeah.
Do we? JP doesn't.
Do you?
Explain to JP.
Explain.
Yo, okay. It's I think you call it a survivor's tattoo.
Okay.
So like if you have any suicidal history, ideation, experience and stuff like that, or if you know someone who has been taken or has, that's like a survivor tattoo, semicolon. That's your story still going.
Yeah, so because in punctuation, you know what, when you write a sentence, you end the sentence with a full stop.
Mm-hmm.
But if you continue to writing, like you like writing, you would put up a punctuation mark, like a semicolon.
Or a comma.
Or a comma, but a semicolon if there's a pause and then you continue the sentence.
Yeah. So
right. So your sentence is considered to be your life.
A journey still going.
And the journey pauses and you continue to go. So that pause is just a reminder to pause, check in with yourself, and come back to the sentence. So it's a sign for self.
I'm so glad I asked that. I'm so glad I'm so stupid.
So I share this with my brother. It's the only tattoo I have on my body, and it's a symbol of awareness for mental wellness and mental health issues. Because personally, I, as a youngster, you know, having had a really tough upbringing and difficulty, and having lost both my parents. It wasn't an easy path, and there were times when I was like, I didn't have financial backup for school. It was just hard, and there were times when I was depressed. So, and I think my brother and I had the same kind of struggle. So, it's just for me. This serves as a. I'm over that now. I'm working. I mean, we become more aware, self-aware. We're mindful of how we make our choices every single day. But for me, this is one of those little reminders just every day to pause. Yeah, just to pause, not just to carry on, just to pause.
Dr. Hilla, do you mind reading the same one out for us, please?
Okay.
Now I can't even take a sip.
Take a sip, big man. Have some libations.
Okay, so semano. Sema now, you could mute one bodily function forever, like snoring, sweating, hiccups, etc.
Farting.
No, that's in liquor. That's a bonding exercise.
Which one goes?
If you know, you know.
She knows.
Whoa! Damn. What isn't it in white chicks easy white chocolate? Oh, that's bad.
So it's like just like a function, not necessarily like a organ or something. Like
Only one
like
bodily function.
Only one bodily function.
Ooh, do you know what I would want though?
You'd
like,
want?
Yeah, I would want like to be able to pose someone else's body. The people that sneeze so 12 times in a row. I heard you the first time. Stop. And you blessing the whole day.
Bro, it's sinus, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's
Mine is 3.
Get over
Is
it.
3 okay?
3 is enough.
Okay.
3 is enough, bro. But 12 is a bit
Father,
excessive.
Son, and Holy Spirit, most.
For me personally, I would stop at sweating.
Yeah, me too.
For me, it's sweating. Like, yo.
Especially when it's like, if it's like Cape Town or Durban, like when it's summer, bro. Oof, I'm so uncomfortable.
My problem is that like now all of a sudden I sweat in my face. I'm like,
but is this only is this only for you, or is it like
for everyone?
Yeah.
You answer the question how you see fit.
It's a hypothetical.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can go.
Snoring.
Snoring.
Valid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Valid. Sorry
yeah.
now.
Funny bed in die tafel geskei, like you know, like you need to sleep in separate bedrooms sometimes because of snoring.
Shame.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Or you must make sure you fall asleep first.
Yeah.
That's my way.
Yeah.
For some, it
Is what it
don't
is.
work. Maybe.
Yeah.
As someone has slept with you, Lau. Falling asleep first.
Do
Is
we,
the
need
work.
to, do we need to have
Yes.
that on
Oh, okay.
camera?
They must know. My girlfriend made peace with it. She's like, it's the fact that you boys flirt with each other. I'm looking over into your phone. I'm thinking, who's this girl talking to you? Can't you poker busy one?
Yes. So yeah, I don't know. I think mine is also the sweat because I think that's the more like the thing that bothers the most. But I think I'm also on the snoring category if I am like super tired.
Ooh, do you know what one gets you? Like, wait, okay, but this is niche, man. Do you know like your life after you have a blocked nose? You just realize,
Yeah.
what was this, maybe?
Yeah.
When you have a blocked nose, maybe. Yo, that's cheeks.
I would like to get rid of like sinus
like
issues.
just like that way. Well, you can't breathe,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it changes. You feel like a new person.
Yeah, that's why like yo.
But didn't you wrap the Vicks most in the
But
You must now
sometimes
sit
that
there.
don't even help.
Because you can't go all the way, man.
Yeah,
you must
nah.
put that thing deep in.
my nostrils was only 1 millimeter. So
Yeah. Oh my
there's
lordy.
limited space in how much I can take in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. It's that. Absolutely. But I mean, in the comments as well.
Yes.
If you had to switch off one of those
Yeah.
items, which one would you choose?
I love it. Okay, Dr. Hilla, at the end of the podcast, we like to do 3 things. Check
Oh,
it.
so now we upgrade from two things.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 2 things, you 3 things. So, yeah. Number 1 is if there's any sort of like pages where people can, like, how can people find you? Yeah.
On Instagram.
Okay. Cool.
I am Dr Hilla, DRHILLA _AAA. And and the AAA is for Aesthetics Artistry Aligned.
I love that name.
Mm.
And then next is, can you provide a message to your younger self?
I would pat her on the back. I would definitely. That's a hard one, but she's safe now. So I tell her that she'll be okay. That everything will be okay, and that there's 4 agreements that I believe that it comes from a book, but there's don't take anything personally. Do your best. Your best will change from every day to day. Do your best. Don't make assumptions, and then be impeccable with your word.
Wow.
And I think also I'll tell her to, don't accumulate things, man. Accumulate experiences. So, I think, and that she's loved and that she's worthy.
I think it's so, before I ask you the last question, I'm taking liberties here. Just speaking with you, you are truly a beautiful person inside and out.
Thank you, JP.
That was a real
Sorry,
special
I just called you
experience.
JP.
Listen, it is an honor.
Did
It is an honor to be
JP?
associated with
Thank
the
you,
great
Zan.
man over there.
There
Thank
you go.
you.
There you go.
Because I did kind of, that was a
Loosely.
JP function.
Yeah.
That was
Mm.
that
It
was
the switch.
the B being the uncle in that round. Because he does that.
Does that mean the beer is loading?
Inshallah. Because that's pretty crazy. The last question, the last thing JP doesn't like, but maybe new season, maybe.
No,
and
I'm
that's-
here for it now.
There we go.
I'm in my
He's
30%.
warm now.
I'm in my 30%.
And so, do you have any questions for us? Please.
Rizan and JP.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just like, no, I'm just like, how did this duo, like, when did you guys, like, how do you start? How do you know each other? Why is it that this is so beautiful that you guys have this beautiful dynamic?
That's a different question.
No,
Why is it
just,
so
I wanna,
beautiful?
So for the beauty aspect, the design covers 80%. So that's the one element that I think he controls most of it.
Dark chocolate.
In terms of dynamic,
like,
so in terms of the dynamic, like we have always been able to just bounce off each other. Like we have great conversations, as you've now experienced as well. So the only difference now is we bringing that conversation in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why I think it works is because even though we both grew up sort of in very similar environments, he had a completely different upbringing to my upbringing. So we bring two different sides to the same conversation.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's definitely a great space to be a part of, because even though we love the same sort of experience, how we interpret it and what we take from it is through a different lens. And I think that's what makes you as a person great. And we just get to share that with people that come here.
it's been an absolute joy to be part of this conversation. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well done. I'm proud of you. You know, every episode you make me realize that you, my man, are the best part of this podcast. And if you like the show, please do like, share, subscribe, and tell your auntie about us. And we out.
Thank you.
Peace.